these knives this size when you're going to make itty bitty little folders like I do, you can hold on to the tip of the knife for a lot longer if you're making a 3 or 4 inch blade on a 1 inch wheel than you can on a 2 inch wheel. So the only place that I ever use 2 inch wheels is on my flat. I cannot tell you where to buy 1 inch wheel. Go on the internet and search for them. Anybody keeps asking me the question. Those came from Bernie Retail in South Africa, and the Debbie obtained it in South Africa, and I'm still running. Okay, as far as breaking down belts are concerned, it's cheaper to buy the belts 2 inch wide and break them down yourself, and you can get, if you do a lot of accurate grinding, you know that it is important to have a nice straight edge on the belt that is not moving back and forth. So you can cut a much better edge on that belt than you can get back to the guys that produce it. And so I know that when I fix my belt, at least I'm going to have one edge of that belt that is precise and doesn't move back and forth. And later on we can talk about fitting belts if anybody wants to ask that question. Okay. So how do we set about grinding? Why am I talking about grinding, or what is different about grinding daggers? Well, first of all, it's got 2 sides. But I think the main thing that I see where people struggle with grinding daggers is out here at the tip. If you grind to full width here, and you extend that at the tip, you're going to come out here. Yeah. On the first grind. And then when you push that back, you're going to push that back in that direction to get the center line. And essentially you're going to taper from the way back here to the tip. And you lose the definition of the spine there, and you make your tip too thin and too fat. Okay. That is what most people struggle with. They get this very, very fragile tip and they go back and forth trying to balance that grind, getting them all equal, and this gets very, very thin, and eventually you lose the spine. And what you want is a nice crisp definition down there, and you want a strong point. Okay, so I developed a method early on in grinding daggers to grind what I'm going to call a spiral grind. So we're going to have one angle for the tip, and we're going to have another angle back here near the rectangle. Okay. And to do this, the first thing that we do is grind a very narrow grind all the way down the blade. So I'm going to start by grinding a little pocket, kind of like that. And that's going to be on the blade that I have, and I'll pass that around so that you can start looking at it. This is what we're going to grind. It's going to be maybe a 1/4 inch wide. Okay, and once I've got that pocket and I can feel that pocket against the wheel, and I can put the blade back against the wheel time and time again back into that pocket, I'm going to extend it all the way up to there and all the way down to the tip. It'll look something like that. That's not the best drawing, but you all get that. Narrow little grind all the way down and up to the cutting edge. So I'll grind all the way to the cutting edge. At that point, we've actually finished ground the tip. We're not even going to go back to this area. It's ground at a very steep angle. And I'll pass that blade around as we do this so that you see exactly what I'm talking about. Then, having done that, I'm going to come in and I'm going to change, I'm going to grind all this area at another angle. And yeah, at that point too, you will be able to see two really distinct angles. You'll see an actual change in the angle. There's actually a distinct angle across there. You'll be able to see that. And you can leave it there. It actually looks fantastic. It's almost like an armor-piercing point, or you can blend it. But you'll see that, and it'll explain itself better as we do it and I pass it around. Okay. Then, okay. So what's the next thing? Before we start grinding, you'll notice that on that blade I've marked everything up. Do not eyeball anything. You can't match sides without guidelines. We draw, I'm sure you all put lines down the center of the blade. Do I get a yes? Okay. Do you put a mark across the blade where you're going to start your grind? Yes? No? No? Oh! Do you mark that? How do you know when you go to, how do you compare that side with the other side? You don't put something there that you can see. So I try to do everything. I even do, if you have a look at that, we look at the bottom edge of the knife. Two lines down the center. That's where the grind is. I'll do that. And that if I can. I don't always hit it. But at least I've got some guidelines. Okay? And if you're asking how I put that little thing on, what I like to use, this is about, I think it's 10 car nickel or 20 car nickel. I cut out some little curves like that because they can bend nicely and I can bend them to the shape of the cutting edge. Pop that on there, use a scribe, and put a line on. Now I have some guidelines. Know what I'm going to do. Most people, and I know I did exactly this myself, would have a piece of steel start grinding. Okay, I've got the outside shape, I want to get into it. I'm going to start grinding. I'm a precision man. I'm known for making folding knives, that's what I make. I'm precision, very intense little folding knives, where precision is really important. But you will make a lot better knife, any knife, if you start thinking more precisely right from the beginning. You'll match size better, all your work. If you start thinking precision right from the beginning, you'll make a much better knife. Okay, and with that, I'll wait for that blade to come back. I normally stand and grind. I bet when I first started grinding, we didn't even use rest. I just belly up to the wheel and rest the knife on. In those days, I didn't have a gun, but rest it against my stomach. So I'm going to have to sit and do this, and I'll have to accommodate some things. My grinder is still a standing grinder, and it's about 6 inches higher. And the other thing that I do is I run water. I run a spray on my grinder. And I get a little bit damp sometimes, but I prefer that to burning the blade, especially because all my knives are ground hard. I do not grind soft. And I don't like burning my fingers, and I don't want to change the temp on the blade. And with Damascus, it's real easy to mess up that temp and get a soft spot. Okay, so off we go. I am going to get in here. And oh, another thing. When I started grinding knives, we didn't have speed controls. The only way to speed controls in the old days were DC motors, which were expensive, and controllers were really expensive. And I notice a lot of people when I do these demos, they're grinding at high speed. Man, cut the speed right up. It's a bit slower, but you get rid of all the vibration. And it just goes a lot, in my mind, can be a lot more accurate, and things go better. Okay, I am going to want this on the other side.
You have a spray on your belt?
No, I have a message. I have a little mist spray with a magnetic holder right there, and I just spray mist on the belt. There are other reasons for doing that, but we've got lots of time to talk, so let's see if we can eyes too. Even if you think your eyes are good, I've been wearing them for, I don't know, 30 years already. Started with the lower power ones, now I need higher power to do that. Okay, let's see if we, and I do suggest a rest. I like to rest my hands on it, but I don't rest the knife. I don't like that draggy feeling at all. I just like to be able to move freely. All right, let's see if we can do something here. Okay, got a nice little face in there. I can relocate onto the wheel nice and easily. So that's kind of step number one. Now I'm going to extend that all the way down to the tip and all the way to the back.
What kind of grit do you use?
80. I primarily use 80s and 60s for rubber. Nothing cool. Right, how do we do the point?
Twisting it?
No, not yet. The twist will come later. A lot of people, when they grind any knife, they want to drop the hand. If you're grinding freehand and you're not grinding on a fixed tip, you tend to drop the hand to bring the point into contact with the wheel. My opinion is, don't do that. If you can, you want to keep everything in one straight line. The moment you start doing this, which you are forced to do in some knives, I must admit, but it's a lot harder to match that movement with that movement than it is to do it another way. And the easy way to get your tip into contact with the wheel is to just pull your handle out. Okay, so we're going to do that. Alright. So we're beginning to get there. Pass it around, you guys can have a look. Who knows what the 2-inch dip